Let's play a game. We'll call it the protective hairstyles game. Or maybe something more fun like the hair slay game. I think I'm feeling the second name more. But here's the deal. I call a letter of the alphabet, pause for a few seconds, and your job is to name a protective hairstyle or 2 or 3. So let's do a little warm-up or practice session. A. Afro puffs, alternating cornrows, asymmetrical halo braids, asymmetrical updo with chunky twist braids. How did you do? How many hairstyles did you remember? How many did you name? Okay, let's try it again, but this time with the letter B. Bantu knots, bob braids, box braid bun, box halo braids, braided headband, butterfly locks bob. Do any of these hairstyles sound familiar? Have you heard them before? In that order? Okay, let me give you expo. By expo, I mean the cheat sheet. These are all hairstyles from our last episode, which was the beginning of our series, A to Z of protective hairstyles. Let's play the game for real. F. Fulani braids. G. Goddess braids. H. Halo braids. J. Jumbo braids. K. Knotless braids. Wow. How is it that all my answers have braids in them? I guess it just goes to show how versatile our good old braids are. What hairstyles did you come up with? Are braids your go-to hairstyle when it comes to protecting your natural, Afro-textured, curly, coily 4C hair? Or are cornrows, plaits, and locks more your thing? The beauty of our hair is that we have so many styles to choose from. And at this rate, I'm not sure how long it will take to get through the entire alphabet. We might have to pause and come back to it at some point. But for today's episode, we are continuing from the letter C. Reckon we'll make it to the halfway mark? Keep listening to find out. I am Ganiyat Salami, and I'm so happy you're listening to my podcast, Unraveling the Knots. It makes my work as the host so worth the while. I mean, without you listening, I might as well just be talking to myself. So, I want to say a big thank you to all our listeners, both old and new, for being a part of this podcast. I really do love bringing you fresh episodes when I am not project managing at my 9 to 5. Unraveling the Knots started as a baby, but with over 30 episodes, that baby has grown. And we keep mixing things up. So one week, we are looking at the science of growing natural hair long and healthy. Another week, we are looking at the art and culture that surrounds our beautiful tresses. Sometimes, we go down memory lane with a bit of history. It's really a potpourri of different topics here on unraveling the knots. We want our listeners to make healthy choices and still maintain steeze and composure as they slay their natural hair. Speaking about slay, let's continue with our A to Z of protective hairstyles. C. Calabar. My Naija listeners will remember this from childhood. If you Google Calabar, you'll find that it is the name of the capital of one of the southern coastal states in Nigeria, Cross River. But in the hair world, it is a hairstyle made up of single plaits. So think braids, but with just your own hair. No extensions, no attachments, single plaits. And it doesn't have to be sectioned into boxes. You can divide the hair as you like and just weave each section into a single plait. You can also accessorize your calabar with beads. Clip-in extensions. As the name implies, clip-in extensions are attachments that are not installed, but rather clipped in. How cool is that? You can add volume and length to your hair with your curls fully protected with clip-in extensions. Talk about convenience. Clip in and go. Say bye to sitting for hours. Cornrows. Another popular name for this is weaving. At least, that is what we called it back home in Nigeria. Our hair was woven regularly thanks to schools calling it different hairstyles on the assembly ground every week. If you went to high school in Nigeria, you know. Cornrows, as they are popularly called, are extremely versatile. They can be made with your hair or with extensions. And there are just so many styles to choose from. Shuku, shukwologede, police cap, shadeadu, patewo, all back, all front, koroba, Evelyn King, to mention a few. Crochet braids. Braids are back again. What makes crochet braids different from your regular braids is the method of installation. Hair extension, i.e. attachments, are installed using a crochet needle. It is such a great way to achieve volume and length with minimal tension on your scalp. Crown braids. Queen Ganiyat. Crown braid is such an elegant and regal hairstyle that can be achieved with your natural hair, extensions, locks, or braids. As the name implies, it is a braid around your head that forms a crown. It's so chic and will be a great choice for special occasions. And let's not forget that having your own hair braided is a great way to protect it. Cuffed halo braid. We're not even at H, but the halo braid has been mentioned twice. That is to show you the potential some hairstyles have. Just like crown braid, the halo braid is pretty fancy. Want to add more pizzazz? Cuff that halo braid and thank me later. D. Double braids. The name says it all. Double meaning two. Braids. Double braids are two braids. If you're pressed for time or don't want to spend hours in the salon, go for double braids. It is literally two big braids. Distressed for locks. Forelocks are the in thing for a lot of people who want to try locks without actually going the whole 9 yards and locking their own hair. Now, distressed forelocks are locks that are distressed, meaning they are not smooth. Instead, they have a lot of texture, making them look even more realistic, like the real thing. Dutch braids. Braids? Again? Yes. We can't get enough of braids, a super protective style. A Dutch braid is a 3-strand plaited hairstyle where the outer strands are crossed under the middle strand, creating a raised and textured look. They are the inverted version of the popular French braid. Did I just say braid again? Now you might be wondering, Dutch braids, did they originate in Netherlands? No. This was a popular hairstyle sported by African women in Netherlands, and over time, it was adopted by the indigenes, and that is how it got its name. E. Extra large box braids. These box braids are E for extra. So I am not just talking about large box braids, but extra large box braids. Some people call it jumbo braids. Again, this is quite self-explanatory. The hair is sectioned into extra large boxes and braided. Shikena. So I hope you're inspired to try something new. We still have more hairstyles. I mean, Z is quite far away, but we might have to pause for some variety and get back to it. This will also give you a chance to share some hairstyles, especially for those special letters like Q and X. So do get in touch with us. DM unraveling_the_knots on the gram. Unraveling is spelled UNRAVELING. Unraveling the knots. Send your email to utkinhair@gmail.com. Thank you. If you have enjoyed this episode or any of our past episodes, please rate us and also share the link with others. Thank you very much. This episode was produced by Isabella Adedici. Till I come your way next week, it's your host, Ganiyat Salami, signing out. Bye!